So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video guys. We all know, this chapter was shorter than we thought. We didn't even get much conversation between the characters. It makes us feel like the chapter was even shorter. However, despite all this, 245 is still a decent chapter. Not gonna lie, this made me like Takemichi even more. Also, he definitely deserves this chapter. So, before we talk about that, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. At the beginning of the chapter, the way they look at each other, honestly, it's really hits different. Takemichi speaks as if he knew the Mikey well. But at the same time, Mikey speaks as if he doesn't even know who Takemichi is. He only sees him as the president of another gang. Like an obstacle in his way. If he removes or destroy it, the problems in his path will be solved. Since we know that Mikey has dark impulsivity, Mikey's behavior has completely changed. Although, it's been foreshadowing since the beginning of the series. It's different to see him like this. And this chapter is, just like I said before, Takemichi should shine as a president. When the two gangs confront each other, no one from the Toman gang is afraid. Because 500 versus 50 is not a very simple difference. Just like Chifu said. The difference is overwhelming. Takemichi's influence on them is really one of the best. Because, before the fight of Tenjiku begins, all the Toman gang members gather at the temple for the final meeting. They will be very confident. Because Mikey is on their side. He is also known as the Invincible Mikey. So when someone like him is president, there is no point in them being scared. But when they get the news that both Mikey and Draken will not take part in the fight, their hope gradually fades. The gang without the president and vice president is unlikely to win. But when Takemichi says that the Toman gang will fight Tenjiku tonight, they mocked him. They will not even try to listen to what he says. But Chifu and his friends will be with him till the end. Then Mitsuya and Angry will come and tries to explain the situation. We saw how low Takemichi's dominance was during the Tenjiku arc. Until he finally proved who he was. Even though he was weak, he did not give up easily. It all comes together now. I don't know if this is a coincidence. Looks like Ken Wakui-sensei decided everything from the beginning of the story. Takemichi's goal is to become the number one in the Toman gang. Here's the interesting thing. He told it to Mikey. Now they are facing each other as enemies. It's not normal to go and fight with just 50 people against the so-called top 1 gang in Japan. It's completely like a suicide mission. But they all decided to follow Takemichi. This is not an easy feat. Takemichi has proved to them who he is and has been optimistic in the most difficult situations. The importance Ken Wakui-sensei given to Takemichi character so far now pays off. During their pre-war meeting, we can see the aura of Takemichi leadership. They are literally blown away. What I'm trying to say is, we can see the difference between the two arcs. Takemichi's influence over the Toman gang has greatly increased. They believe in Takemichi's decision and decide to follow him. No wonder they are so brave. You can see how boldly they are going to face. No matter how much we talk about Takemichi's development, we can see Mikey's reaction here. He says, "What an idiot. Why would you, the weakest loser like you, charge first in a suicide attack like this? The team is done for if their leader falls." Although, what he said made sense. It was hilarious for me. We can say for sure at this point, Mikey still remembers them very well. He is the one who called Takemichi strong. In chapter 109, the conversation between Mikey and Takemichi is still the best in the series. He fully understood who Takemichi was. Takemichi even reminds him of his brother. Mikey mentions many more things. But now, we don't know exactly what he thinks. And the fight between Kakucho and Takemichi was better. Kakucho is always in Takemichi's way. Even during the three deities pre-war conflict, Kakucho wanted to add him to the Rakihara gang. While fighting in Tenjiku arc, he would have said. He would have fixed things himself if Takemichi had not come to fight. I feel he still cares about Takemichi. He became completely different person after the fight in Tenjiku. He even left delinquent life after Izana died. Whatever happens, they have been friends since childhood. They both know each other very well. I'm not sure about this though. I think he does not want Takemichi to get involved in this fight. But he also does not know how much Takemichi has changed. So, it was better to reintroduce Takemichi's flashback here. And I don't know how many of you have noticed this. When Takemichi says, "When I was kid, I always believed myself. I wonder when was it? When did I decide to label myself as a weak?" This introduction was almost like when Senju used her full power against the South. Senju hid all her power for her brother. Because it took him to a very dark path. But she was always confident in her. Here's the small difference between them. Takemichi doesn't believe in himself. He gives up before he can try to fight. However, he got another chance. Which is to change the past. The most important person for him is Hina. The one who gives him hope. The one who can always comfort him. The one who helps in difficult situations. This is always Hina. While trying to save her, he faced many difficulties. He went so far as to give up his second chance. But in the past, after seeing her again, we saw him begin to believe in himself again. That's why I like this panel so much. When it comes to the most important people for Takemichi, Ken Wakui-sensei always shows Hina as the first person. Even before coming to this battle, he went to see Hina. He said all the things that were on his mind. She was the one who still comforted him and gave him courage. So finally, my favorite panel is here. Easily the best panel of the chapter. When he thought of Hina, he changed completely. He did not budge from Kakucho's attack. Kakucho is also surprised, his determination to change the future was growing. It makes sense that Takemichi defeated him. Even Mikey is shocked to see that. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. Now Kakucho is defeated by that Takemichi. I wonder who will be fighting next with him. We all know that Mikey will be involved in the end of the fight. It is very obvious that Mikey and Takemichi will not fight immediately. Apart from all this, let me know in the comment section what you would like to see in story. Anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, and good luck to all.